How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Superboy, Volume 2, Extraction by Scott Lobdell and Tom DeFalco. Let's get into it. The volume starts off with Superboy issue 8 and 9, which are culling tie-overs, which I covered in my culling review. I will not be touching on them here, but just know that they're there. So we start off proper with Superboy issue 10. Superboy and Wonder Girl, they wake up on this mystery island where they have to fight off a T-Rex. There's also some romantic tension brewing here between Superboy and Wonder Girl. The story continues in Teen Titans issue 10, which is said to be collected here in this trade. But since I'm reading the issues, I don't know for sure, but it should be here. Basically, all we need to know for Superboy here with this Teen Titans issue 10 is that everybody regroups and they escape off the island. Nothing much. You're not missing out by not reading it. Now we're back to Superboy proper with Superboy 11. And in this issue, Superboy shows off his new apartment to Bunker, and the two of them get into a fight with a villain named Detrius. Then in the next issue, Superboy goes clubbing and he takes on a villain known as Lady Kiva. And we find out that Detective Jocelyn Lore has been monitoring Superboy this whole time, and she's not pleased with what she has been seeing. And in the final issue contained within this volume, Superboy issue 0, we learn of a Kryptonian clone rebellion that took place on Krypton that almost wiped out Krypton, which may have ultimately led, in some small part, to the destruction of Krypton. And, well, of course, that clone was named Con-El, because Con-El means abomination in Kryptonian. And we learned about this, and it's probably going to tie into whatever comes up next in the Superboy title. We also learned in that issue that Superboy himself is doomed to be a weapon because it's in his very DNA. You know, this volume was a mixed bag. Obviously, we had the culling tie-ins, Superboy issues 8 and 9, which don't really go well together because you're missing the other issues in the culling crossover. So those are kind of random there. So I can't really say that's a positive to have those in there. I mean, they're good issues, I guess. But, you know, they're also a negative because you pick up this volume and you're like, what the hell? It's only part of the story, and that's the whole thing with this whole New 52 and the constant crossovers and tie-ins. Some are collected, some aren't. Some get their own event books, some don't. It is what it is. But we're not going to let that stop us, are we? Something that I enjoyed out of this volume is Superboy's continued characterization of being a fish out of water. If he doesn't know how to live amongst humans. In this volume, he ends up robbing a bank because he doesn't realize that it's wrong to do so. And Bunker has to school him on, like, hey, we're supposed to be the heroes, not the villains. And then we also get another great line between Superboy and Bunker where Superboy tells Bunker that he doesn't appreciate Bunker and the Teen Titans dragging him from one battle to the next. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to be this weapon that he was made to be. So I thought there was a real nice piece of characterization there for Superboy. Another positive, I have to say, is this whole Jocelyn Lore detective storyline where she's been monitoring Superboy. Who is she? We know she has a secret that's yet to be revealed. I don't know what it is, but it's like that cliffhanger that's going to keep me reading on. I mean, not that I wasn't going to read anyway. The next volume of Superboy, Volume 3, seems to be dealing with the Hell on Earth Superman crossover, so Superboy finally meeting Superman. What could go wrong? As for some negatives with the volume, obviously the culling tie-in issues, they are what they are. But I want to touch on the Superboy and Wonder Girl romantic tension here. This is something that we had pre-New 52. These two characters were an item. I felt like they told the best story they can with that relationship in there with, you know, Jeff Johns' Teen Titans run and Superboy ultimately, I think, dying in Infinite Crisis. And they resurrected him just in time for the New 52 or whatever. But seeing that this is a different character, I don't want them going down like the same plot threads. It was cool in the first volume when they sort of had like a little tease, like, oh, if this was a different time period, maybe we'd be together. But now that they're trying to drum up that tension here, It's just not something I want to see. I feel like we've been there, done that. Yeah, so for this to really be like a fresh take on Superboy, I hope they don't retread those old, tired plots. And they keep it fresh. Because Superboy really does feel like a whole new being, a whole new entity, right? There's been many iterations of the character, from like the leather jacket wearing Hawaiian Superboy or whatever, to again the clone pre-New 52. Now here we got this clone designed by Harvest to be a weapon with the Kryptonian DNA defect, where he will become a living weapon whether he wants to or not. It's real interesting stuff. I just hate to see the character bogged down with the same old, same old. So all that being said, with the culling issues included here, with the other issues just kind of being like random one-shots where they take out random villains and it's not really spectacular or whatever, they just happen to win because the good guys win. I'm going to go ahead and give Superboy Volume 2 Extraction a 3 out of 5. It doesn't really keep the intrigue that the first volume had going for it. Post-culling, there's not really a whole lot of movement here, anything that's interesting. And like I said, the next volume goes into Hell on Earth crossover, so maybe Superboy will peel away from the Teen Titans. Right now, the two titles are still married together. I mean, Superboy is a Teen Titan, although it's not official yet. So we'll have to see where it goes in the future. Until next time, I'll see you there.